Hi students, very good morning. So, in this session, we discuss about the unit 5, that is voltage time based generator. So, before discussing about the voltage time based generator, we will have to discuss about what is meant by time based generator. So, and what is the major application of the time based generator and where we go for this time based generator. So, simply a time based generator is an electronic circuit which will produce an output waveform. This output is either voltage or current waveform. Simply, so this time based generator, any time based generator circuit is simply an electronic circuit which produce or which generates output voltage or current, so waveform, and in this a portion of this waveform is continuously varying with the time. So linearly varying with the time. So that is a major thing about this. So for example, this signal produce a sawtooth waveform. So in the sawtooth waveform, some part of the signal is linearly varying with the time. So what is meant by linearly varying with the time? Simply we have to say that linearly varying nothing but when time increases, the output also increases. So maybe the output voltage increases or the output current increases. So that is about the time based generator, and the most use of this time based generator is used in the CROs and our day-to-day use, use in television. And the major application of this time based generator is used in the CRO. I think all of you observe the waveforms of the CRO. So simply in the CRO, the output waveform, so maybe the output is a sinusoidal signal, a square wave signal, a triangular signal, any of the signal. So this signal is continuously nothing but horizontally varied. Actually this signal will be varied, continuously varying with the time. So this type of time based generator is known as sweep circuit. Why? Because it is continuously varying with the time. So that's why this circuit is known as sweep circuit. Simply what is meant by time based generator? Time based generator is electronic circuit. The output is either voltage or current signal. In this, the particular part of the input output signal is varied with the time. So this is about the time based generator, and ideally the output will be a ramp signal. So what is meant by ramp signal? Ramp signal will be like this. So that is when the time increases, the output will be increased. Maybe the output voltage or output current will be increased. So this is about the time based generator, and major application of this time based generator is simply used in the CR and our television also, but the major application will be CR. And next one is the classifications of the time based generator. So based upon the output, so generally the time based generators can be classified into two types, that is voltage time based generator and current time based generator. So simply in voltage time based generator, nothing but it produces the output waveform. So a voltage time based generator provides the output voltage waveform. So here a portion of this output waveform will be varied with the time. So simply we can say that a time based generator, the output will be a voltage waveform. In this the portion of this varied with the time. So this type of waveform is known as voltage time based generator. And next one is a current time based generator. A current time based generator is one that provides the output is current waveform. Here the output will be a current waveform, a portion of which varies with the time. Here a portion of signal will be varies with respect to time. So the difference between these two will be, so in the first one the output signal will be a voltage signal, in the second one the output signal will be a current signal. So that is the only difference between these two things. And so next one is what is the general features of the time based generator. So any time based generator having majorly two conditions, that is TS and TR. So TS is nothing but sweep time and TR is nothing but return time. So sweep time nothing but the time taken by waveform to reach minimum to maximum voltage. Nothing but any output waveform is must be in some part of ramp signal and some part may not be varied linearly. So from this definition we can say that some part of the input signal, output signal must be varied with linearly with the time. So that's why this part up to this part it is varying linearly with the time, and remaining part is not varying with the time. So that is the thing about this. So in this time we have to note that what is the TS and TR. So TS nothing but sweep time, the time taken by the the waveform to reach minimum voltage level to the maximum voltage level is known as sweep time. And next one is the return time, the time taken by the waveform to reach maximum time to the minimum time is known as return time or flyback time or restoration time. So in some cases we have to neglect this TR condition. That is, in some cases we have to eliminate TR. So in this type the output is a sawtooth waveform. Simply we have to say that the TR will be 0. In this time the output is produce a sawtooth waveform. So that is about the time-based general features of the time-based signal. So but the major thing about this waveform is, so that is sweep time TS is always greater than TR. That is sweep time is more greater than compared with the return time or flyback time. In some conditions TR will be 0, nothing but return time will be 0. It falls suddenly. So that's why in that condition it produces sawtooth waveform. So this is about the general features of this particular time-based generator, and that is a definition for that. That is the time taken by the waveform to reach minimum voltage to maximum voltage, or time during which the output increases is known as the sweep time, and the time taken by the signal to return its initial value is known as restoration time. And what is a deviation from linearity? So from this waveform we observe that in this waveform some part of the signal is varied with the time linearly, but some part of the signal may not vary linearly. Why? Because what is the condition and how we have to find this deviation from linearity. So how we have to find this? Simply we have to say that we have to find this deviation from linearity by these three types of errors. That is what is a slope error, a sweep error, and displacement error and transmission error. So these three types of errors are very important for finding out the deviation from linearity. So first one is we discuss about the sweep error. So that is an important requirement of the sweep. That is, it is a difference between the initial slope to the final slope by initial slope. So maybe the slope will be like this. For example, when a ramp signal, so obviously the input signal will be a ramp signal, is passing through the high pass RC circuit, the output will be an exponential signal like this. So here the sweep error or slope error is defined like this. It is a difference between initial slope to the final slope by initial slope. So the definition for that is simply we have to represent like this: dV naught by dt at t is equal to 0, nothing but at initial slope, and dV naught by dt at t is equal to ts, nothing but final condition, and by initial slope. So this is about the sweep error and that is slope error or sweep error, which is indicated with the ES. And the next one is transmission error. So transmission error, nothing but same like that. When a signal is passing through this high pass RC circuit ramp signal, the output is a exponentially signal. But here the output falls away from the input. Actually the input will be in this condition, so like this position, but so input is indicated with the so Vs dash, and the output will be Vs. So this deviation is known as a transmission error, nothing but, so this part, the difference between this input and output, this deviation is known as transmission error. So generally the transmission error is indicated with the ET, and the definition for this transmission error is equal to the ET is equal to input minus output by input. So the ratio between the difference of input and output by input is known as transmission error, which is indicated by ET. And next one is displacement error, the final one. So as like that, another important definition will be, so displacement error, it is actual sweep voltage and linear sweep, nothing but maximum difference between the actual sweep. Actual sweep nothing but a ramp signal. So this one is a ramp signal and this one is the output signal. So that is a different maximum deviation by the amplitude of sweep at the sweep time. Simply we have to say that the displacement error can be represented like this. maximum difference between the actual sweep voltage and the linear sweep which passes through the beginning or end of the actual sweep. So simply we represent this thing will be like this. So maximum deviation by sweep amplitude. So this one is known as maximum deviation. So this difference is known as maximum deviation, and this one is a sweep amplitude. We can represent like this, that is Vs minus Vs dash by Vs. Here the Vs nothing but the, so what is the input condition, that is sweep amplitude. So these are the very important of the linearity, nothing but deviation from linearity. Generally the deviation from linearity can be expressed like this, that is Ed is equal to Es by 8 and that is Et by 4, and simply we can say that most of the error occurred is a sweep error. So that is Es is more than compared with the Et as well as Ed. So that is Es will be far greater than Et and far greater than Ed. So that is about the transmission error. So these are nothing but deviation from linearity. Simply we have to say that, so the sweep error is more than Et and it is more than Ed. So that is about this condition. And next one is methods of generating time-based waveform. And there are different methods of generating time-based waveforms. So in that we have to take that 5 important methods that is exponentially charging method, is the first one, and constant current-based method or current charging method, and Miller circuit, bootstrap circuit, and next one is a Fantron circuit. So these 5 types of methods are very important, which generates the time-based waveform. So time-based waveform nothing but the output is either voltage signal or current signal. In that particular part of the signal varies linearly with time. So first one is the exponential charging method. So in this method a capacitor is charged from the supply voltage. So here, so we have to connect a resistor and capacitor. Here the capacitor is charging with the supply voltage VCC, and which is small compared with the supply voltage. Here the voltage to the resistor, also here there is a resistor will be presented, and across this resistor voltage will be less than the input voltage. So that is the exponentially charging method. In this class we discuss about the exponentially charging method. And next one is a constant current charging method. So in this method a capacitor is charging linearly from constant current source. So in the previous we apply the voltage, but here we have to give the current source. So with the current source the capacitor starts charging, and since the charging current is constant, so the voltage across the capacitor increases linearly. So that is, you can say that when the capacitor, that is current charging is constant, the voltage across this capacitor increases linearly. So when we have to fit this current with a constant level, then capacitor starts increasing linearly. So that is about the constant current charging method. And next one will be the Miller circuit. So the Miller circuit nothing but operational that is integrator. Here integrator is used to convert the input of this Miller circuit is a step signal, and output of this Miller circuit is known as a ramp signal. So in this internally we use an integrator circuit which converts a step signal to the ramp signal, and another name of the Miller circuit is step to ramp converter also. And the next one is the Fantron circuit. The Fantron circuit is advanced version of the Miller circuit. So simply we can say that, so that is in the Miller circuit we give the input as step signal, but in the Fantron circuit the input will be a pulse signal. So the input is a pulse signal, it converts pulse signal to the, so that is the Fantron circuit which converts pulse signal to the ramp signal. So there is a difference between the Miller and Fantron circuit. And next one is the bootstrap circuit. So in this method also capacitor charged linearly with a constant current. How we have to maintain the constant current? As we know that V is equal to IR. When we have to maintain the voltage as constant, obviously current also be maintained constant. So that is the thing about this. So that is by maintaining a constant voltage across a fixed resistor. So in the fixed resistor we have to maintain the constant current voltage. So then it maintains the constant. So constant current will be maintained. So that is about the constant, that is a constant current based method or bootstrap method. So in this unit we discuss about majorly three things, that is what is the exponentially charged method and what is the bootstrap circuit and Miller circuit. These are very important. So in every concept we have to find the deviation from linearity. So that is also very important. So deviation from linearity can be measured with the three conditions, that is what is the sweep error and what is meant by displacement error and what is meant by transmission error. So in every concept we have to discuss these three things as well as how to find this displacement error, transmission error, like this we have to find. And next one is exponentially sweep circuit. So what is meant by this exponentially sweep circuit? Here the simple connection, so that is it consisting of a resistor and capacitor. Across the capacitor we have to connect the switch. When we have to apply the voltage here, the capacitor starts charging. So but it majorly depends upon the position of the switch. So that is when the switch is in open condition. So when the switch becomes open condition, in this particular time this V voltage is given to this capacitor, then capacitor starts charging and nothing but doing charging. And when the capacitor, that is when the capacitor, the switch will goes to off condition, nothing but it goes to on condition, then what happens? It starts discharging path, that is it moves to capacitor starts discharging. Why? Because so there is a path for capacitor to discharging. So that is a condition. In this time we have to measure the Vs. What is meant by Vs? Simply, so we have to take, that is switch is in off condition. So that is what is the condition of capacitor? Capacitor starts charging in exponential manner. That is Vs is equal to V into 1 minus e power minus t by Rc. So this is about the capacitor condition. The output will be like this. For this we have to find the slope error and displacement error and what is meant by transmission error. First we have to find the slope error for this particular thing. So as we know that the output will be like this. Vs is equal to V into 1 minus e power minus t by Rc. So for this that is a Ts. So at t is equal to Ts, the voltage will be Vs and final voltage will be V. So as we know that what is the formula for the sweep error? So it is the difference between the initial slope minus final slope by initial slope. So that is Es will be indicated like this: dV naught by dt at t is equal to 0 minus dV naught by dt at t is equal to Ts by dV naught by dt at t is equal to 0. So that is, it is a difference between the initial slope to the final slope by initial slope. So as we know that is where Vs is equal to Vs, what is the input? That is 1 minus e power minus t by Rc. What is the dV naught by dt or dVs by dt? So simply we have to write like this, that is Vs is equal to V minus V into e power minus t by Rc. So that is Vs are dVs by dt, nothing but dV naught by dt. So d by dt of V, that is 0, and d by dt of V into e power minus t by Rc. So it will be like this, that is V into e power minus t by Rc into minus 1 by Rc. So it can be represented like this, that is V by Rc into e power minus t by Rc. So that is, so dV naught by dt we don't take at t is equal to 0 or t is equal to Ts. Just I have to find the dVs by dt condition. So we have to get that is V by Rc into e power minus t by Rc condition. So for this I have to substitute the condition at t is equal to 0 and t is equal to Ts. So for this condition we have to substitute at t is equal to 0, that is e power 0 by something 0, e power 0 nothing but 1, that is at dVs by dt at t is equal to 0 will be V by Rc. So that is I have to write here, so same process. So that is V by Rc and dV naught by dt at t is equal to Ts. So just substitute in place of t, Ts, that is V into e power minus Ts by Rc by Rc by VRc. Just take V by Rc as common. So then we have to cancel V by Rc. Then we have to write like this. That is 1 minus e power minus Ts by Rc. So here we know that what is meant by e power minus x, that is 1 minus x factorial by x square by 2 factorial minus x cube by 3 factorial and so on. We have to apply this condition. So just by checking this, so 1 minus into Ts by Rc plus Ts by 2 Rc whole square and so on. We have to write like this. So then we have to neglect the more than 2 terms. So we have to neglect these terms. So then more than 2 terms, we have to write like this. Es is equal to 1 minus 1 plus Ts by Rc. 1 will be cancelled. Es is equal to Ts by Rc. So that is a sweep error for this particular condition. Simply we have to say that the sweep error is equal to Es is Ts by Rc. And next one is the transmission error for this particular condition. Simply the transmission error nothing but the difference between the input minus output by input. And what is the input signal here? So the input nothing but first we have to take the output condition. The output is exponentially signal. The exponential signal equation will be V into 1 minus e power minus t by Rc. So just I have to write like this, V into 1 minus e power minus t by Rc. Here I am applying a partial fraction method. So by applying a partial fraction method to this and neglect more than 2 terms. So based upon our convenience we have to neglect the terms. Here I am neglecting more than 2 terms, nothing but cube terms. So then the equation will be V into Ts by Rc minus 1 by 2 into Ts by Rc whole square. So that is we have to write like this. And what is the initial slope? And what is the initial slope? That is Vs by Rc. And simply we have to say that the initial slope is maintained at t is equal to Ts. So we have to write like this. So finally the initial slope will be Ts, that is Vs is equal to Vs dash and Ts into Vs by V by Rc. So simply substitute Vs dash minus Vs by Vs dash. So the input, how we have to find this input? Simply the input will be a ramp signal. The ramp signal equation will be alpha t nothing but constant which is varying with the time, that is it can be represented like this, V by Rc. And this can be represented with the V by Rc, and simply the Vs dash will be, so Vs dash will be V by Rc into T. So that is Vt by Rc, just it is equal to Ts. I have to substitute these values and then we get the Vts by Rc into, so this value Vs nothing but this condition I have to substitute here. So Vts by Rc into V by 2 into Ts by Rc whole square. So just take Vts by Rc as common. So by taking the Vts by Rc as common, then it becomes 1 minus and cancel this Vts by Rc, then it becomes 1 minus 1 plus V by 2 or nothing but Vts by 2 we have to take it as common, and we have to write like this, Ts by 2 Rc. So then it will be cancelled, the output will be Ts by 2 Rc. So what is the equation for Es? Es is equal to Ts by Rc, but here we get that is Ts by 2 Rc. Simply we have to say that is a Ts by 2 Rc which is equal to Es by 2. Simply we have to write like this, the sweep error Es is equal to 2 Et or Et is equal to Es by 2. So that is about the transmission error at the output of this exponential sweep circuit. First we have to take, that is it is the difference between initial slope to the final slope by input minus output by input. Here the input will be a ramp signal. So ramp signal nothing but the output will be alpha t. So alpha nothing but V by Rc, which is the time constant varying with V and Rc values, and just take the value and substitute here at t is equal to Ts condition. So then we get this final output, that is a transmission error. And the next one is the displacement error. So what is meant by displacement error? Simply we have to say that the displacement error is nothing but, so it is a deviation from linearity. So the displacement error can be represented with the maximum deviation from linearity. So the displacement error we have to write like this. It is the difference between maximum deviation from linearity by sweep error. So this one will be Vs and this one will be Vs dash, and we have to represent like this: Vs minus Vs dash by Vs. So simply that is Vs minus Vs dash by Vs. As we know that what is meant by Vs dash. So Vs dash nothing but so it changing with the time, that is V by RC. So we have to write like this: Vs dash is equal to V by RC, and in place of that at t is equal to Ts, then Vs minus Vs dash is maximum. So at t is equal to Ts condition, this is the maximum. So this value will be maximum, nothing but maximum value we have to reach it. So just substitute these values, we have to write like this. So Vs minus Vs dash by Vs is equal to, so what is that? Vt into Vts by 2RC. How we have to write like this? Simply we have to say that is so by performing this task, simply we have to say that Vts by 2RC, as we know that already we have to substitute Vs by RC, and by performing this we get that output waveform, that is Ed is equal to Es by 8. Simply Vts by 2RC minus 1 by 8 into Ts square by RC square. So why? Because I have to take this Vs in the initial condition. So I have to substitute these Vs and we get this Vs dash from this, and just by substituting this equation, so by solving this we get that we get this equation, that is 1 by 2 into 1 by 4 into Ts by RC whole square by Ts by RC. Simply that is Ed is equal to Es by 8, R which is equal to the Et by 4. So this is about the displacement error. So this is about the exponential sweep circuit, and what is that errors behind that exponential sweep circuit? What is the deviation from linearity we have to measure by using this. So in the next class we discuss about what is meant by, so another method, what is a bootstrap and Miller circuit, as well as there is another thing, that is what is meant by UJT, how UJT is also produce a sweep circuit, nothing but a sweep signal. How this UJT can produce a sweep signal we have to discuss in the next class. Thank you.